Ba-da-ba-ba. Hey everybody, I'm Brian Callanan, your MC for this evening. We are just a few minutes away from getting started with Raise the Roof, a fundraiser for Big Skills Tiny Homes. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight. We're going to raise a lot of money, so thank you for being involved. You have just a few minutes before we get going here, so make sure all your friends have joined in here virtually. Send out that website, grab yourself a beverage, and we'll get this party started in just a bit. Thanks again for your support of Big Skills Tiny Homes as we get ready to raise the roof. See you soon. Welcome everybody to Raise the Roof, a virtual fundraiser for Big Skills Tiny Homes. I'm Brian Callanan, your MC for the evening. I'm a longtime friend of Rob Brown's, who's on the BTSH board. I'm really glad to be here tonight to support two causes I really believe in, that we all believe in, and that's building skills for young people and providing homes to those in need. So we have a great night ahead here. You're going to hear from some students. You're going to hear from people who have received new homes from BTSH. You're also going to find out how your donation is making a difference. And this is if you're new to Big Skills Tiny Homes or if you've been a longtime supporter. We're also going to connect with Sean Tickner, the executive director and founder of Big Skills Tiny Homes, and we'll even have some live look-ins at some of the parties, the wild parties that BTSH supporters are having tonight. So enjoy yourself. Let's have a good time and let's all come together to raise the roof. So first things first, how does this virtual fundraiser work? We're still in the time that we're emerging from COVID here, folks, so we're working through this. But if you haven't been to one of these before, let me tell you how this works. Even if you have, here's a refresher course. So we really want for you to think of this as a two-device kind of night. You're going to watch the program here on your laptop or your smart TV, and you'll make your donations using your phone. Now this way, you can connect with all the excitement of the event and at the same time make those very, very important donations tonight. Now the website we have set up for your donations, a very simple one on Bitly. We have this on the bottom of the screen. You're going to see it throughout the evening. Bitly/BigSkills. All caps, all one word. Very simple to do. You can donate at any time during this event. Now, when you do that, you'll see this page come up right here. This is the page that you'll go to. You choose the amount you would like to donate. You can create a custom amount, so think big, people. Add that extra zero at the end there, right? Select whether you would like this to be a one-time or a monthly donation. Now, if you have a credit card linked to Google through GPay, you're just a few clicks away. If you don't have a card linked, no problem, very easy, right in green there. Choose another payment method. That's how you put in your information, and you are good to go. You can also donate via text. Just text Big Skills, all caps, all one word, to 44321. Thanks everybody for giving. Wanted to make sure we let you know exactly what was going there with the tech side of things. We especially want to thank the people who have really stood out as fundraisers here, our sponsors. I want to tell you about our platinum sponsor this evening, the Miranda Lux Foundation. Now this foundation has been supporting innovative vocational education since 1955, awarding grants throughout the Bay Area to programs that serve people under the age of 18. Thank you, Miranda Lux Foundation. We also have two gold sponsors this evening to tell you about. ARS Roofing, Gutters and Solar, a highly respected contractor from Santa Rosa, serving Sonoma, Marin counties and beyond, and also Charles Window and Door Company with an award-winning showroom in San Rafael. Thanks to both of our gold level sponsors tonight. All right, I want to talk now about our silver level sponsors, Kelly Moore Paints in San Rafael, SDI Insulation, and Golden State Lumber, all helping provide a huge boost with materials for BTSH, a very important part of this. A massive thank you to all of our sponsors, and now it is your turn to start giving. So guess what? We are going to check in on this thermometer throughout the night. Our goal tonight, I know we can make it here, is $30,000. I want to check out that thermometer if we can. Tonight is the night to dig a little bit deeper. We need everybody's help to raise the roof and get to this $30,000 mark here. So there's that thermometer there. Be that first person to give, why don't you? So we really want to get up to $30,000. We can only do it with your help. Again, you can donate at any time during this evening. Just make sure you text Big Skills to 44321 or bit.ly/BigSkills, all one word, all caps. I want to explain the different levels of giving, what these different dollar amounts can buy for BTSH. I'll explain that in just a little bit. But first off, I want to talk with the executive director of Big Skills Tiny Homes. He's the founder, he's the CEO. Sean Tickner is here. Sean is joining us live here this evening. And Sean, wanted to just see how you were. How you doing out there? Tell me, sir. Awesome. I wanted to ask you a very important part of this, Sean. In terms of how this all came together here, every superhero's got a origin story, right? Were you bitten by a radioactive spider a while ago and just decided you wanted to start building tiny homes? Or what's this all about? You put so much passion into your work. When did you start doing this and why?
Well, I guess it came to me a flash of inspiration that came from working in construction on the job sites for 20 years as a structural engineer, being on the job sites, seeing everybody looking for good help. I got 2 boys, they're in school.
Got a couple dogs too. It's good.
They all want more good workers from the job sites, and the school says you got to go to college. So there's a clear disconnect between the job sites are like, hey, come on, where's our folks? And the schools are, the folks need to be going over there.
Yeah. I guess in talking about this, working with these students as you do, what kind of impact do you think that you're having on these students you've been able to teach and train? This is quite a process you go through with them for several months here. What is that like to connect with these students, Sean?
Oh, it's an absolute joy. It's the best. It's total joy. You see, all the time, you see that light bulb go off, that moment where they've learned something that they're never going to forget. They're going to have that skill with them the rest of their lives, and it's a valuable one. It's just wonderful. And to see, especially to see during that COVID year where people who are working in the service industry, were laid off, and then they started with the construction thing, and they were essential workers and got immediately hired, just immediately hired. So I think that's it. Both seeing that light bulb moment and then knowing that they've got a good job laid out in front of them.
Yeah, and creating some really good teamwork too. I know we're going to hear from some of those students in just a little bit. And also in a few minutes, Sean, we're going to hear from one of the people you've actually helped provide a home for, John Morgan, who lost his house during last year's devastating fire season. Let me know about that part. Giving someone a new home. What's that like?
I mean, it's hard to explain. It's hard to put words with. I feel super lucky. I feel lucky to be able to give something like that. It's meaningful. It's meaningful. I don't know what else to say.
No, I think it's the work of your hands turning into something really tangible about that's out there. I just think about this in the bigger picture here, Sean, because there are so many different causes that people can support, but I really see that Big Skills Tiny Homes is providing something different. Again, something tangible in the work it does. You're actually helping with those skills. You're actually building those homes. When people donate tonight, tell me about what that money is doing. Why do you think people should be supporting Big Skills Tiny Homes?
Oh, people should definitely be supporting because it's a double win. One, we are creating skills and skilled labor in our community, and we're providing housing. Both are so important. We need people who should follow their talents. There's great builders out there who don't know because they've never tried building. It's just so important that people have the opportunity to find out if they're great builders. And obviously housing is just a tremendous issue of our day. Affordable housing, lack of housing, super, super important.
Yep, and sustainable housing too. We're going to see that awesome project in just a little bit that you just created that was downtown San Anselmo not too long ago. Sean, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you and appreciate your work, sir.
Thank you so much, Brian. My pleasure.
All right. Well, you heard the man. It is time to give. So I want to talk a little bit more about those giving levels. So these are some examples of what Big Skills Tiny Homes can purchase with your donations. Remember, when you donate, go to bit.ly/bigskills, all caps, all one word, or text Big Skills to 44321. All right, I want you to think big here. That first giving level we're going to talk about, the $5,500 level. All right, I know I'm asking a lot here, but this is an amount that can purchase a trailer to actually carry one of these tiny homes. And you know what? You donate $5,500, I'm guessing that Sean is going to let you engrave your name on the side of this thing, all right? So this is a double or triple axle tiny house trailer with a 5 to 8 ton capacity. If you can bid at the $5,500 level, it's a big one, but we know you can do it. We can get this very important piece of equipment. I want to check in on that thermometer real quick to see if we have any takers at $5,500. Well, shoot, we don't have anyone at $5,500, but we are seeing this move a little bit. Looks like Bobby Tickner just gave. That's awesome. Roman Cocholo, thank you so much. Donated just a few seconds ago. Wow, we are moving that thermometer there, folks. Thank you. 12 donors so far. That's incredible. We're going to need a lot more, and I'd love for people to think about donating even more if they could. Thank you for those donations. Let's move on and talk about some of the other dollar donations that you can give here at the $3,500 level. Think about this. You can purchase the joists, rafters, studs, headers, and plywood needed for one of these projects. And folks, you know it. If you have been to the hardware store recently, you know the cost of lumber and materials has really skyrocketed. This is an area where BTSH could certainly use some help. Do we have anyone who can give at that really big $3,500 level? I know it's a stretch, but we really need everybody to build together here so we can raise the roof here. So I want to check on that thermometer one more time. Oh, wow, we're getting some more people coming in here. Looks like Kelly Brown just jumped in at the $25 level. Thank you very much, Kelly. Very well done there. Christy Hardy, hey, thanks for reaching out there. Christy gave at the $100 level. That's awesome to see. Looks like we're getting, hey, Gemma Brown jumped in. How about that? Brown family's making it happen. $25 there. Bobby Tickner, thank you so much for that gift of $100. So we are starting to move the needle here, folks. This is exciting. 15 donors so far. We get some more donors in there, we're going to get some more action. So I'm going to keep talking about these donation levels because it's fun. And Sean has done a lot of really good math here, so I want to break this down here. At the $850 level, here's what you get for this. $850 purchases the fasteners needed for a tiny home. The nails, the screws, the anchor bolts, you name it, these builders really need it. Costs are on the rise for these items too, so if you would please consider giving at this level. Anyone ready to give at that big $850 level? I know it's a lot, but we'd love it if you could buy these builders some fasteners already. Really need you to do this here, people. I'll check in on that thermometer one more time. Looks like we need to kick this into gear here, folks. Oh, wait, Tarek Tickner just gave a short while ago. Thank you so much. Wow, a $500 gift. That is awesome. Sean, I think you're going to have to let her paint a couple of brushes on the side of the next tiny house there. That's awesome. How great. We just had another gift. Looks like we're up over $3,000. Wow, folks, we are really moving the needle here. Again, we've got 15 donors that we're talking about. We need some more out here. So as we go through an anonymous donation for $25, thank you so much. So as we go through these different giving levels, remember, you can always give that custom amount too. I know a few of you are doing this already. Just put in the number that makes the most sense to you and then add another zero to the end, okay? Well, we want to make sure everyone can participate however you can. So thankful for any and all that you were able to give. Let me move down the ladder a little bit further to the $500 level. Here's a really good one. For this amount, you can purchase the paint and the brushes needed to paint one of these tiny homes. What's a tiny home without a nice paint job? Take some pride in this project. Help us finish the next one off right. Again, I bet you Sean would even let you take a few brush strokes here. So let's think about that $500 level. I'll check in on that thermometer once again here. Looks like, again, we're up over $3,000. That's amazing with 16 donors here. We're really hoping to get some of these bigger gifts here. If people can donate at those higher dollar levels, or if you've given a little, maybe you could give a little more. It's okay to donate more than once. Hey, looks like Todd Thorpe just jumped in. Thank you. 26 bucks. He's playing the prices right here, I think. He's going a little bit higher than the last one there. Great to see that happening. Todd, thank you so much for that giving. I really want to make sure that people are giving here. I mentioned the $500 level. This is something that can make these tiny homes beautiful. Get some paint, some brushes. Need everybody to jump in here. We are going to raise the roof, and we are going to paint that thing too. All right, let's talk about another level down, the $200 level for stabilizing jacks. How about that? These are critical items to the build, and you can help provide them. For jacks, also a very good poker hand. If you ever get that, bet more than $200. Just a side note there. I want to make sure I pass that along. Let's see who might be able to give at this level. Looking back, oh wow, another gift from Ford Coacholo. Thank you so much, $150 given there. We are up over $3,200 here, folks. Making some action happen. 18 donors so far. I know we are going to get some more here. This is so great to see. Thank you so much. Again, if you want to donate at the $200 level, you can buy 4 of these stabilizing jacks, help stabilize one of these tiny home units. You can't raise the roof until you get things stable. So let's really get this thing done. We have so much activity happening here, a lot of giving, I should say, in the very early part of this. We're going to check back in and talk about more giving levels in just a little bit. But first, I want to hear from some of the students who are gaining so much. You heard Sean talk about this, gaining so much from their experience with Big Skills Tiny Homes. I actually had the pleasure of talking with some of these students just a few days ago. They've got a lot to say about how you are helping them personally with your donations tonight and how you're helping the mission of Big Skills Tiny Homes too. Let's listen.
This job's really important to me because I've joined a crew of pretty fabulous people. And we've gotten to know one another, and we joke with one another, and we support one another.
It's a really interesting dynamic having us all around, but kind of like working all together and kind of seeing how we can play off each other and learn from each other has been really interesting. And I've definitely done some growing up just working with a crew like that.
It's just been really, really empowering, especially as a woman. I'm 58 years old, and being able to dive in and build a home has been really an incredible project.
And you really get a chance to see maybe what you're good at, what you'd like to do in the future. I think that was probably the best part of this.
I think the mission of Big Skills Tiny Home is deeply important, to give all kinds of people the opportunity to pick up a hammer and a screwdriver and learn all kinds of things, from woodworking to electrical and plumbing.
And I think these are skills that once you learn them, no one can take them away from you.
Especially now with like this year and COVID and everything, so many people are homeless. So it's like a really, really, just like the skills, it's just like really practical thing to do.
And it really helped me sort of find a way to utilize my brain for problem solving that I just had not been able to find in school and other jobs.
It's just super honorable work by Sean, really. You know, you build a house and then you give it to a homeless person. You know, it's like a direct thing you can feel good about.
I get to build somebody's home along with 4 or 5 other people, and it's an incredible gift. So it's such a win-win.
Once we've gotten these skills, we can actually use them for something other than ourselves. And that's really amazing. I don't think you see that too often, and I think that's a really special part of this organization.
To be able to contribute to something larger than yourself, meaning building a tiny home and then donating it to a fire victim of this past horrible fire season, it works for everybody. It works for Sean, our mentor. It works for us. We have a purpose. We have a reason for doing this.
I have found the opportunity to build a house for somebody who lost their home to be one of the most amazing projects of my life.
Such inspiring words from all of those students. A big thanks to all of them for sharing with me, for sharing with us. And now, thanks to all of you who are here tonight for giving. You can donate at bit.ly/bigskills, all caps, all one word, or text Big Skills to 44321. I want to see those donations come in. Maybe we can check in real quick. There we go. We're getting some people giving here. Brennan Brown at the $26 level. Love to see that. Ford Cocholo, $150. Thank you so much for that. Todd Thorpe, we mentioned, an anonymous gift too. Looks like we are up over, oh yeah, we did it. I think we are up over $3,500 here, folks. This is incredible. Thank you. Janet Jennings, a big thanks to you. Chris Nelson, I think I mentioned earlier. This is great. Up over $3,500. We are trying to reach that $30,000 mark, so I know it's a stretch here, but this is how we're going to do it. We're going to reach out here. Hey, if you haven't let people know about this event tonight, send out that YouTube link, will you? We need people to give. This is the time right now, and we need more people to give throughout the evening here. So if you haven't given yet, I'm going to put one more giving level up there just to let you know what BSTH can do with your donations. Can you give at the $100 level? Well, that would be great. That would purchase 2 boxes of construction adhesive needed for these homes, because nobody likes that squeaky floor, right? You really need that adhesive. So if you can donate at the $100 level, that is what we will be able to give our crews out there. I will say once again, any amount is appreciated, so I want to make sure we're all in to do this, and everybody is ready to give. Remember, give whatever amount you want, a custom amount that makes the most sense to you. If you've donated a little bit already, nothing wrong with making another donation on top of that. So at this point, I think we're going to bring in one of our board members to encourage people to give. We're actually going to check in on the party at the Browns house. Rob, if I could check in, we're checking in live here. Is everybody having a good time there? What's going on?
It's great to be with all of you guys. We're excited about raising the roof. In fact, we're going to kind of get a chant going here. Raise the roof. Raise the roof.
Oh, look out, look out. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Rob,
Great,
I just didn't. Oh, thanks. No, I just, in talking with you about this, I know this is something that's important to you and important to your family. Let me know about that. Everybody watching tonight, if you could let them know about BSTH and why it's important to you and why this money we're trying to raise here is so important as well.
Yeah, no, exactly. The mission of Big Skills Tiny Homes is absolutely critical. I think Sean articulated it very well, but I'll just recap again. It's a time where there is an absolute need for housing. You know, the work that I do in the future of work, this is definitely the future. And we're thinking about our relationship to also students that are bringing skills, that want to engender these skills that sadly in our high schools and secondary schools have sort of been sunsetted. So this is a really important mission that Sean is driving, and it's happening here in the community. You know, we talk about sort of, you know, small batch, you know, craftsmanship skills. This is one-to-one, and it's really important. And so for me, I've known Sean for a really long time, and it's been an amazing journey to watch him thrive with Big Skills Tiny Homes.
I think so too. And Rob, I wanted to ask you, the home that we're going to highlight a little bit later on this evening was actually in downtown San Anselmo over this past weekend here. What was that like? I think a lot of people were interested in it and checking it out. Let me know about that. I think a lot of people are starting to connect with this idea. What was that experience like? You met a few of those people as they were coming up. What was that like connecting with these people over the whole idea of Big Skills Tiny Homes?
In downtown San Anselmo, the 2 days that we had the tiny home, you know, right down in the middle of town, was amazing. And people would, you know, be coming by and we'd say, hey, do you want to check out the tiny home? They'd step in, and, you know, even though the thing is less than 500 square feet, like substantially less, it was just an amazing revelation to people, the possibilities. And so people were really excited about the house itself. People are excited about the skills that we're engendering in the community with the students. And then also, some of them actually got to meet John, who you're going to talk to in a moment, and just hearing his story about you know, his need for a place to actually live with his dogs while he's you know, getting his home back together. So the energy was amazing, and it's happening right here in San Anselmo. But you know, as the house has gone up to Butte County, you know, we're able to kind of project that goodness, you know, far and wide in the broader community across California too.
That's awesome. All right, Rob, we're going to try that chant one more time. Here we go.
Okay.
Raise the roof.
Right.
Can you do it?
Raise the roof. Raise the roof. There we go.
Keep it going.
Thanks, Brian.
Love it. Love it. Thanks so much, Rob. All right. Thanks for being there. Great party to see there. Thanks, Rob, for checking in. Thanks to the Brown family for donating too. We really do have plenty to celebrate. You're going to see why with this new video about the current build that BSTH has just wrapped up the work on. It's been on display in San Anselmo, as I mentioned a little while ago. A number of people have been able to see it. I want to give you a look here at what the crew has been up to. Check it out. Wow, terrific work by our builders there. Thank you so much. I want to check real quick on what's going on with that thermometer, because we've had a couple of gifts come in just the past couple of minutes here. A big thanks to John Gutnick. He gave at $103. That dollar amount meant a lot to him. John, thank you for, so much for doing that. Wow, another gift just came in from Tara Tickner for $50 there. That's amazing. We had an anonymous gift earlier, I know, that helped bump things up. Boy, we are so close to that $4,000 level, folks. We are climbing this as we go. And look at that, 25 donors so far. I know we can get a lot more here. We would love it if we could boost it up over that $4,000 level. We're trying to get to $30,000 tonight if we can. We've got a ways to go here, but I know you can do it. Again, all these different levels you can give. If you're able to give at the $200 level, you can buy stabilizing jacks for one of these units here. If you can give at the $100 level, you can actually help out by providing some of the adhesive that's needed for the floor and around the whole facility there. So really, if you can give at any of those different levels, we would really, really, really appreciate it. We want to break that $4,000 level here in the next couple minutes if we can. We want to get some more donors out there. So again, if you're watching right now, if you really believe in this cause, grab up that link to this show, to the YouTube show, send it out to somebody else, would you? We want to make sure that we're getting some more people giving. We're looking at these different numbers move here. It's still, okay, we're still just under $4,000 there, so we will check in back on that in just a little bit. But right now, we got another live party going on at board member Patty Cocciolo's house. Patty, we're checking in with you live here. How's it going? Ooh, Patty, I know we can see you. Let's get that camera going. Hey, there we go. The magic of television. Well done. Well done. Patty, you guys having a good time? How are you tonight?
We are. We're having a great time. How are you guys? It's such a great show.
Good,
already.
good. This virtual rager just keeps on keeping on. It's been great. I wanted to ask you, Patty. I talked with Rob about this earlier. Just the importance of this event, the importance of Big Skills Tiny Homes. Why did you get involved with this? Why is this important to you? Why do you think other people should give?
Well, what I think is so amazing about Big Skills Tiny Homes is, we hear a lot about, get a hand and give a hand. And I feel like with Big Skills Tiny Homes, you see that whole cycle happening. So you've got students that are learning amazing skills, but in the learning of those skills, they're building something that then they give to somebody in need. So I think it's just a really beautiful partnership that we have, both with our students learning what they need to succeed in the future, and then enabling partners like Youth Spirit Artworks and Tiny Pine Foundation to help others through what we build.
Awesome. Hey, I wonder if I could have Harry chime in here too, because Harry, you did a really, really nice job with that last video we just saw. What was that like, checking out that activity, seeing that final product? This is a really impressive house we're talking about here, the craftsmanship, etc. Tell us about what you saw, about what this house is really all about.
Well, it is really an amazing thing because of all the little details. There's more than we could even feature. There's really thoughtful design built into it. While it's small, there really is every little corner of a bigger home packed into this little space. And I didn't get to be there when John visited with his dogs, but those pictures that came in our edit process really made it. Seeing Hoka there on the bed, I think that's probably where he's going to be, and John's going to spend a lot of time upstairs.
I would too. Right. That's awesome. Patty, just in wrapping up here, that last word out to people out here. I think you've got some people who are watching this who are new to Big Skills Tiny Homes. You've got some people who have supported it for a while. That last word of really trying to urge people to give here. I know there's a lot of different ways that people can give, but I really do see this as something tangible. You are giving a house to somebody. You are giving skills to a student that can last for life. Help me out with that final thought for people who might be on the fence about giving here.
Well, I will say the final word that I'll give is actually on my sweater, which is rise. And I think, there's something really beautiful about the house, that was built for John. And there's a phoenix on the side of it, which is the idea of John and his dogs and his life and, rising up from the ashes. And I think we're in a time where all of us are rising up. We're coming out of the pandemic. We're coming back out into the sun and into our lives. And this is a real tangible way to help folks like John and others to do this for themselves too. So that would be the word, rise.
Yeah, that works for me. I forgot my sweater that says that on it. So next time we'll have to work that out with the matching thing, but thank you. Hey, can I try this out with the Coachiola home here? Can we try the raise the roof chant? I need you guys to start it. The hands got to go up in the air. Let's see what you guys got. Can you do it better than the Browns? That's what I'm trying to test right now. Here we go. What do you got?
Raise the roof! Raise the roof! Raise the roof!
Whoa, look out. Mind blown. I'm glad there's some construction materials out here so I can put this back together. Thank you so much to the Coachiola home. I really appreciate it.
You got it. Thank you so much.
All right, you bet. Well, guess what? We talked about those giving levels earlier, and if you really, really want to help out for the amount of $25,000, you could sponsor a student for a full year. Just wanted to throw that out there. If we raise more than $30,000 tonight, that is absolutely fine. We have a lot of students who need this training and a lot of people who need these homes. Let's check in one more time on what's happening here. Wow, we just got a bunch of new gifts in just the last little bit. Holly Ross, thank you for donating $14 there. That's wonderful to see. Courtney Flager, $50 coming in. Thank you. Thanks a million. Wow, we're getting these gifts up and over $4,300 now. Arbella Caldani gave $50. Thank you so much. Charlie McPhail, $5. Every bit helps. Thank you so much, Charlie. Great to see that gift coming in. Melissa Sanchez, wow, awesome. Just gave at the $250 level. And look at Patty Coacholo coming in at the $500 level. Wow, folks, we are getting close to $5,000 out there with 31 donors coming in. This is amazing. This has absolutely skyrocketed since we started this. Wow, now it's coming from all sides here. Lauren Boydston at $100 here. Amazing to see. We're just about over the $5,000 mark here, folks. Make sure you take this link for this show, send it out to other people right now. Do it right now. I want to make sure that more people get involved here as we proceed through the evening here, because there's a lot of room to give. There's a lot of houses that need to be built. There are a lot of students that need these skills, and we want this program to be sustainable. Just like the homes they're building, we want this program to be sustainable too, well into the future, so we can pass these skills on through the generations and build homes for more and more people who need them. So at this point in the evening, we're going to bring in a very special guest. We've talked about this throughout the evening here. John Morgan, we're bringing him in live, I should say, from Berry Creek, northeast of Lake Oroville. John just received a new house from Big Skills Tiny Homes a few days ago. John, you have been waiting for months for this new home. What is it like to be in your new house?
I'm still in shock. It looks amazing. Yeah. And I want to thank everybody that took part and helped build it. I don't know what to say. I'm a little short of words.
No, I know it's a lot. And who's that by your side there? We got an introduction to your dogs a little earlier. Who's that?
That's Hoda.
Hoda, right. Okay, a lot of curling up with Hoda is going to be happening here. That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, John, I wanted to make sure that I let people know there's definitely a tragic side to this story. I'm going to show people some of the images and videos from the Bear Fire that happened last year in September. This took your home. This took many others in Berry Creek. Homes were lost. Lives were lost during the most devastating fire season in California's history. I want you, if you could, reach back to that difficult day in September. You lost your home. You barely had any time to react or evacuate. What was going on?
Yeah, we were just trying to get out with the animals and get out safe. There's only 2 ways off the mountain. Propane tank started blowing up, and it was pretty scary and chaotic getting off the mountain.
Yeah, that was incredibly scary, and I think you can really express it maybe more than anybody else watching. Why is Big Skills Tiny Homes such an important project? What is this whole thing meant to you, and why should people be giving tonight? That's what I'm really trying to get to. What do you think?
Yeah, it's meant everything. It's a new start, and it's great. I don't know.
Yeah, I know this is something that I think you are really still in shock about this, but this was incredible. You basically put in for this. You asked to be on a list to possibly obtain one of these homes, and then a call came in. Let me know about that process. What was that like?
I couldn't believe it. I had to pull over and double check 2-3 times who it was. I thought maybe it was a prank call or somebody was messing with me.
Man, that is something. And then you got the home. Was there first thing you did when you got in this house? Was it take a nap, stretch out on that bed, or make something in the kitchen? Or what was the first thing you did in that home?
Pretty much relaxed on the bed here. Dogs checked it out and ran. We're still waiting for the power to hook up, so I run off the generator. So Power's
Yep.
occasionally here and there when I turn it on. So still waiting for the PG to
Okay.
run the power up here.
Okay. Okay. Well, great. Well, it looks like I think Hoda's absolutely at home, so you got that going for you, which is nice. Easy peasy. Last thoughts here, John. I know you had a lot of gratitude for what happened here, and anything you wanted to say to people who are out there about this night, about the work that's going on, and what it's meant to you. Those last words of thanks, if you wouldn't mind sharing with us, John.
I just want to thank everybody again, people that donated, everybody that helped build it, people involved with anybody that was involved with it. It means so much. And I just can't thank everybody enough.
Absolutely. John, I thank you for spending the time with us. Hang in there in Berry Creek. We are really proud of the new home that you've been able to receive, and I know you're very happy with it too. So thanks very much for checking in, John.
Thank you again.
All right, great. Well, folks, let's do this for John Morgan, shall we? Let's reach back and really give. You know all those giving levels. I want you to think big. Think about the people you're helping, like John. Think about the students you're training, like Karen, Zev, Sandy, Greg, with skills that will last a lifetime. Can we look at that thermometer one more time? I want to see if we can keep on giving here. Wow, we've had a bunch of great gifts in just the past few minutes here. Charlie McPhail, we noted at the $5 level. That's great. Sarita Lobo just gave $512. We are 36 donors in and up over the $5,500 mark. This is incredible work that's happening here. Wow, this is the stuff here. I think we're going to see a few more gifts coming in, and I should point out, we are going to ask people to keep on giving here, of course. bit.ly/Big Skills, all caps, all one word, or text Big Skills to 44321. And with those two pieces, folks, those are going to be operational throughout the rest of the week and possibly a little bit further. We want to make sure that we hit this goal of $30,000. So we will keep this link up as long as we need to as we get those gifts coming in. We really do want to make that $30,000 mark. We know this is one of the first times that Big Skills Tiny Homes has really done this kind of outreach, but it's so important, I think, that so many people give, that so many people get involved here. And maybe if I could, I see that Sean is watching intently on the YouTube here. Sean, I wonder if we can we check back in with Sean one more time on the Zoom? I know we're kind of going off script here a little bit, but Sean, I just wanted to ask you, what's it like to see all these gifts coming in? I know there's always uncertainty around these when we have this kind of a thing going on, but a lot of people are giving. What does that mean to you?
Oh, it means so much. It's just awesome to see the community step up and to be involved. And there's that the saying of not our first rodeo. Well, this is our first rodeo. So we're doing this for the first time, and it's great to see how it goes. And I'm so excited that people are giving, and the people are tuning in. It's just awesome. It's touching, and means we get to do this again.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. And I wanted to ask you too. I know John is such a great guy, and talking with him about the home he's gotten, he's so thankful about it. I thought that seeing that home there, seeing him in it, seeing somebody actually relaxing at home, I think that means something too, that what you provided there. There's some intangibles there, but you really gave somebody a place to live, a place to stay. What does that mean when you see John relaxing at home with his dogs and all that? That's really something special.
No doubt about it. It's. I think you may have gotten the least talkative people for your guests, but
yeah,
it's mind blowing.
Right.
It is mind blowing.
Yeah.
What can you say? I mean, your heart swells, and it's. Housing is so important. A safe, wonderful place to sleep is so important. You know, having that security it means so much. And there's not a lot of.
I wanted to ask too.
For it either, man.
I know. It's something that really, I think it is awe-inspiring in a lot of different ways, and it is difficult to put words to it. But maybe I can ask this question about the future of Big Skills Tiny Homes. You've been doing a lot of work over the past several years. Where does it go from here? Where do you want it to go from here? How are these donations going to help it grow from here? Maybe we can talk about that.
Yeah, thank you. That's a great opportunity for me to talk about the future. So we've lined up a very similar program for the following year. Starting again in September, we will be building again. And we plan to be building another home for another fire survivor. That's our plan. We've got 5 students all lined up to start in September. And again, we'll end in May. We'll make another beautiful house for another person who suffered a tragedy in one of these fires that seem to be way too common.
Yeah. Yeah, I know there's a lot of people who do need that help. And the students you bring in, Sean, where are you going to find those different students? I know this is an outreach where I think about that very different group you had last time. You had some workers who were older, younger, different levels of experience. Where are you going to be getting those students for that project coming up?
Amazingly, they're finding me. I had people apply from,
I don't doubt it, yeah.
From South Africa. I had people applying from South Africa, from Canada, from Florida. Wow. From all over the place. I do my recruitment and my outreach is at the local high schools. That's where I go. I go to their career and tech day fairs when they have them.
Sure.
And I go to, sorry, my cat's here.
Yeah, well, that all part of the show, Zoom, all part of the show. Quite all right.
This is the way of the Zoom.
Good thing. That's right. It's live television. Here we go. On patrol. Yeah.
It's good stuff. So yeah, the local high schools is where I like to be recruiting mostly, but then people are finding me from all over the place. They find the website, they log on and they say, oh, look, students are wanted. They get excited. They send in their applications. We set up interviews. We call their references. Then we sort through the applications and we pick the best matches that we can. Diversity is very important to us. Need is very important to us.
Wow, that's a lot of work. And I know you work with a nonprofit partner to figure out where that home goes. That's a very difficult thing to do, but you work with another partner to help get that home delivered, basically?
Absolutely, and great question. That's the Tiny Pine Foundation. Fantastic organization dedicated to helping fire survivors. So the Tiny Pine Foundation came out of the tragedy of the Paradise Fire, the Camp Fire, and was founded then and has since expanded to dealing with all kinds of wildfire survivors. And I am grateful for them because, they do that very difficult job of picking who gets the home. And they pair me with somebody. And I just love that. I love being paired with somebody because I can call them and I can talk to them and I can say, what kind of toilet are you going to need? What kind of hot water heater is going to work for you? Right. What are your priorities? In a tiny house, you got to look at your priorities because you can't have everything. For John, it was real important, the dog. So there's a dog door, there's dog sleeping area. John has also thought the kitchen was super important. So we put in the biggest possible kitchen that we possibly could into his place. And maybe we can get John to flip the camera around in a little bit and show us around a little bit and see how things are shaping up. I guess we didn't give him fair warning to clean up, but you can see, I love being paired with somebody, and I'm so grateful for Tiny Pine for pairing me with somebody. And then I can talk to them and make sure I do my very best to handle their priorities and fit it into the build. Because you gotta, in a tiny house, you gotta hit their priorities because you can't do everything.
That is really something else. And I'm so glad you bring this up. You build tiny homes, but you think big. I know that about you, Sean. And I got to say here, some words of thanks that you might have. And shoot, hang on 1 second, Sean, because we had somebody give. Can we jump to the thermometer real quick here? Because we just had a huge gift come in. Can we check on that thermometer real quick and then jump back to Sean? I wonder if we could do that because we just had a gift come in that was $5,700 from Christopher Tickner. Wow. That gets us up and over $11,000 here. That is amazing. We raised the roof there, folks. That was really something else. Krista Callanan, a loving bride of mine, just gave some money as well. Thank you, Krista. Christopher Tickner just giving that. Sean, let me throw it back to you. When you see those numbers come in, this is something that's so heartwarming. It's so great to see so many people give, so many family members give. You're raising the roof on your own there, man. Let me know about those words of thanks you have. There's a lot of people to thank here.
Yeah, thank you so much to everyone who tuned in. Thank you. Thank you to my wife. Thank you to the board of directors. Thank you to the students. Thank you to everyone who gave. There's so many people who gave so many little things. As John looks around the house, I remember, that desk came from the city of San Rafael's office when it closed. The floor came from the Freemans. The bed came from the Muldoons. The backsplash for the kitchen came from the Browns. The backsplash for the bathroom came from Sandy, one of the students. So it goes around. People gave what they could, and it's awesome. And so I know I forgot
Yeah.
people, and I'm sorry to those people I forgot. So many wonderful
No,
thank
that's all
yous
right.
to be given.
We have a lot of people to thank, and thank you, Sean, for getting this project rolling. We have so many people we have to thank in terms of folks that are donating here. I'm going to let you go for now, Sean, as we get back to our program here, and thank you so much for keeping this rolling here. Thanks to everybody for giving here. I want to pass along another special thanks to our sponsors, our platinum sponsor, the Miranda Lux Foundation. A big thanks to the Miranda Lux Foundation. Has been around since 1955. They've done a great job helping students under 18 in the Bay Area there. A big thanks to Miranda Lux, the platinum sponsor for tonight's event. Also our gold sponsors, ARS Roofing, Gutters and Solar, and Charles Window and Door. A huge thanks to them. And our silver sponsors, Kelly Moore Paints, SDI Insulation, and Golden State Lumber. Thanks to all of you. A big thanks to Executive Director Sean Tickner, all the board members, all the volunteers who've helped pull this event off. Thanks also to Live Oak Audiovisual for all the tech work that has been happening here. I want to check in one last time, if I could, on some of the well, can we look at that thermometer one last time here? I want to pass along one last word to everybody here. You can see we're at about that $11,000 level. We have made a lot of progress here tonight with 38 donors. That is massive out there. So we are going to keep this link open. Text Big Skills to 44321 or go to bit.ly/Big Skills, all caps, all one word, and make that donation. We're going to keep this link open at least through the end of this week and into next, so we can make sure we really get to that $30,000 level. You heard from Sean, you heard from all those different students, you heard from board members too about how important this group is, Big Skills Tiny Homes, to the entire Bay Area and beyond. Sean's getting calls coming in from South Africa, from Canada. This is a worldwide issue that he's wrestling with here, and it's happening at a local level, and people are able to support it like you. So we want to make sure you do that. If I can climb up this ladder here to make you donate more, I'd do it. But we need to raise that roof here, folks. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to do that. We're going to make sure that we keep these donation links open at least through the end of this week and far beyond, so we can make sure we get to that $30,000 level. I wanted to thank you once again, everybody, for tuning in here this evening. I'm Brian Callanan. It has been such a pleasure to be with you. Thank you for giving. Thank you for helping raise the roof for Big Skills Tiny Homes. We will see you next time.
Thank you.